Real Green Ninja here. Today I want to talk a little bit about how repeating specials work, so let's begin. Now, there's two different types of jobs that have multiple services inside the jobs that you can set up. One is called a program. That's like your fertilization program or your tree and shrub program. And essentially a program is a group of related services that you're going to go out there and do for that customer's account. Now, our property. So, for example, like the first round might be a pre-emergence, second round might be a fertilizer, third round might be a weed control. Again, you're doing something slightly different every visit. Now, a repeating special is a special job, like a grub control aeration, but you go out there and do multiple times. But you're doing the exact same job each time. The two most common repeating specials people use are mowing and snow removal, and I'll explain a little bit the difference between how you set those up. But let's go ahead and pull up a customer's account here. Let's pull up this person right here. Let's go ahead and add a mowing service to this customer's account, or a mowing special job. So let's put this in here. Okay, there we go. Now you'll notice that when I add the job, by default, it's going to put in today as a schedule date, as well as going to pull these repetition parameters in here. This is pretty much telling the system how often I want this done. Now, this information is actually being pulled from our parameters. So again, if I go to my services program specials, go to my services, go to my mowing service, you'll see there's that information. Now, this is pulled in by default, but I can always change it if I need to. I can say, well, this person I'm not doing Monday, I'm doing Wednesday. So again, I can really fine tune it if necessary. Now, once you set the criteria, you're going to hit update schedule. The key difference between a mowing service, a repeating special, and a snow removal repeating special is the mowing, you're actually going to schedule out ahead of time. The snow removal, you're going to have the system build this out as it goes along. And again, I'll show you that when we get to that part of the video. But like I said, we're going to set this out. Now, you'll notice it put it today's date, and it's basing that schedule off of today's date. But let's say I don't plan to go out there until, let's say, April 1st. So again, I can come in here, put in April 1st, 2017, hit my update schedule. Because it's not today's date, it's going to say, hey, do you want to reset the first date? Well, no, I don't want to reset the first date. I want to build the schedule based off that. Now, you'll notice that this one right here does have the 4 days because April 1st happens to actually be, let me just check my little calendar thing here. I know you can't see it, but I'm doing this here. It actually ends up being a Saturday. So obviously Saturday's not a, oops, I didn't mean to do Tuesday and Wednesday. Not a Wednesday. So what I can do is actually, let me find a Wednesday here. And sorry about this, guys. Sometimes it happens. Again, that's the challenge of doing these videos on the fly. So let's see here. The first Monday in April is actually, I'm sorry, the first Wednesday in April is actually the 5th. So let's go ahead and schedule that for the 5th. There we go. Update schedule. No, we're not going to change that one. There we go. So again, you'll notice even though I put 4 days in here, it actually puts them 7 days apart. Now, what's going to happen is when I post production on this first service, regardless of when I do it, when I post production on this first service, it's going to take this criteria and update the remaining schedule based off that criteria. So if I actually post it on the last Wednesday of March, it's going to take that March date, add this criteria, and probably the next one it's going to schedule is for April 5th, because that would be the next Wednesday. Or let's say I don't get till Wednesday, the April 12th. Again, it's going to take the April 12th date here, add this criteria, and it's going to build out the remaining one. The next one would be the 19th. So like I was saying, it's going to take that done date, add the criteria set, and build out the schedule. Now, if you don't want those dates to change, what you're going to do is you're going to want to make sure to hit this lock button. And when you lock it, that says, I don't care when we do it, the next service, when it goes to do the schedule, it's not going to change those schedule dates. Now, also be aware that you'll notice I only have 4 in here as the number of days between the schedule dates. And even though I have 4 in here, it is doing 7 days between them, because what happens is it takes that date, so again, April 5th, which is a Wednesday, and goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and says, oh, we can't schedule on Sunday. How about Monday? Nope, can't do Tuesday. There's Wednesday. It's going to set that date. And what that does is it gives you a little bit of leeway. So let's say I can't get out to this person's property until Thursday, the 6th. Again, it's going to take that Thursday done date, and it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, can't schedule it for Monday, Tuesday. There's my checkbox. I'm going to schedule it for Wednesday. If I were to put 7 in here, what's going to happen is it's going to take that 7 days, and if we do it on Wednesday, it's fine, because it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wednesday is cool. But if I don't get till Thursday, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to try to schedule for next Thursday, no checkbox. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, there it is. So you might end up going 10 days between mowings. So again, that's why we put like 3 or 4 in there. If it's like a bi-weekly mowing, we might put like 10 in there. Again, just to give a little bit of leeway. In case we can't get to it on that date. Now, as far as minimum, maximum, minimum means it has to be a minimum of that number of days between the schedule dates. So it's going to go forward until it finds the next checkbox. Maximum means it's going to be the maximum number of that days, so it's actually going to go backwards until it finds the next checkbox. Again, most people just use minimum. Now, we can set it up for every X number of weeks, X number, or twice a month, X number of months, X number of years. Again, most of the time, people tend to use the days, and they put that information in there, and so on. Now, it's going to build the schedule out until it hits one of 3 things. One, it hits our max per year. All right, so I'm saying the most I plan to do on this customer's property is 24. Again, remember, this is being pulled in from the parameters that are set up for that service, for that special job. Or it's going to build it out until it hits my end on date. All right, so if I come in here and I put 99 in there and I tell it to update schedule, hit no. I scroll down here, you'll see it only actually built out 26 because that's how far it can get until it hits October 1st, 2017. Or it's going to schedule it out until it hits December 31st of the service year that this job's in. So again, even though I have 99 in there, you'll see it only built out 39 because, like I said before, that's how far I can get before it would hit December 31st. So with lawn mowing, you're going to set that schedule date ahead of time. You're going to build out the schedule, and then that way when you're pulling the work, you say, I want to pull the schedule date range for this week or whatever. Now, as far as the snow removal is concerned, as I mentioned, that you're actually going to have it build out as it goes along. Because like I said before, what's going to happen is when you post production, it's going to take this criteria and update the schedule. But if there is no job after that first one, it's going to create the next one, again, up to our max per year. So with snow removal, we're going to usually put 99 in there because we're not quite sure how often we're going to go out there, but we're only building out the ones we end up using. All right, so let's go ahead and set this to 99. Again, we can set our number of parameters. We do want at least 1 day. We have to put at least 1 in there for our snow removal, and then we can go ahead and hit save. Now, like I was saying is when we post production, it's going to take that criteria. Oh, gotta hit save here. I guess we missed that. Gotta hit my required fields. There we go. Okay, so like I was saying is, again, even though this says mowing, pretend it says snow removal. When we go in post-production, and I'm going to cheat here by taking the shortcut, and let's say we actually do this job on the 2nd. I'm going to put in my information. Oops, put my information in there, save it. Again, we take a look here. We only have the 1 for right now. I go to post the job. Don't worry about the journal. It's going to charge account. There we go. Come back here, push F5 on the keyboard to refresh, and again, you'll see it built out that next one on the list. So even though it was scheduled for April 5th, because I did it on January 2nd, it built it out until it hit the next Wednesday, which would be the 4th. So like I was saying is, again, with snow removal, you're going to have it build it out. With the mowing, you're actually going to have the schedule built out ahead of time. All right. So I hope this kind of explains some things. I hope it makes a little bit of sense. And other than that, you guys have yourself a wonderful day.